Well, Logan's done a great job this year. I think there's a lot of comparisons to, hey, is it Fantilli? Is it Carlson? Is it Bedard? How's the race going? Is he in the race? And all these things you see out there. But if you just look at his body of work and what he's been able to accomplish so far, he's close to half a point. I think he's over half a point a game. He's second in assists for rookies in the NHL, and he's had a huge impact for us. And you see games out of him where they're highlight games. You're like, oh my God, look at his ability to push the pace. He's close to 23 miles an hour off the rush. He's a unique player for us because he can push the pace of our game and make us a faster team. But you also see some of the rookie mistakes that happen, and that's a part of the growth. And that's why we felt it was important for him to come in this year, have some of that growth that's going to happen to him and make that next step and get better. The one thing you love about this kid is if he has a bad game, the next game he's coming back hard. He knows, he's self-aware. He knows he didn't play well. And, if coach has a moment where he says, okay, I want you to improve, he comes back, he does that. He studies film, he works at it. One of the big picture with us, we could let him run wild, and he'd probably have over twice the amount of points that he has now. But if you do that, you're not raising your kids properly. And you got to remember something. 5 years from now, Logan's probably going to be our best player on our team. And it's important that he knows how to play on the D side of the puck. And if we just let him run wild on the offense and then come back to him and say, hey, you know what, we expect you to play defense now, that's not, they're never going to go back and change. So he's learning to play the 200-foot game, learning to play the right way. And that's going to help us out to win championships. And along the same lines, he's such a good skater that he can play defense at one end and get up the ice just as quickly and play offense, and push the pace. So it's a lot. A centerman in the NHL as a young player, it's hard. It's not an easy position.
We've talked a lot on this show about the comparisons between Logan Cooley and Connor Bedard, and something you said there is really interesting. The difference is Connor Bedard's playing first line, first power play. Every time he's jumping over the boards, he knows he's going. He's playing a lot of minutes.
Yeah.
He's putting up points. But Logan Cooley here, second, third line minutes. He's not always the first guy on the power play. He's not, and I think long term maybe that is the benefit. Do you think that the hockey world today, with the social media and the expectations of, hey, he's a top draft pick, he should be good today, do you think that's part of the problem? Is the way he's looked at?
Yeah, I do think it is a part of the issue that they have, is that there's all these pressure about it. But you have to remember, we're in a different spot than Columbus. We're in a different spot than Anaheim, and we're in a different spot than Chicago. We're a club that's right on the verge of trying to get into that wild card spot and playing meaningful games. So our team is a lot different than their teams, And so for us, and I've had this, if you think about it, he plays close to somewhere between 18 to 20 minutes per game. Those are great minutes. Those are meaningful minutes for him, and it gives him a chance to kind of grow. I get worried as a GM if you're only doing, hey, listen, you're only playing 10 minutes a game. That's hard to develop in there. You never get a rhythm of the game, where what he's doing right now is he's playing meaningful minutes, and he's certainly pushing the pace. And, there's going to be more growth. I have a good feeling that Logan has played well now, but I still feel like he can even get better as the season goes along. And if you look at his history of playing, he does it everywhere he's been, whether it's been the program or Minnesota. He continues, it grows and matches that expectation.